This is the United States Military Academy. This is Army West Point Athletics on YouTube. This afternoon at Anderson Rugby Complex, the Black Knights men's rugby team battles Notre Dame College of Ohio. High noon, everybody. I'm Nikolai Busko. Thanks for joining us. Yes, we are here at Warrior Field and not at Shea Stadium. I was worried when I got there last night to work the Sprint football broadcast that we might be back at Shea because of the rain, but we're going to give it a go here at Anderson as the Black Knights will take on NDC. Army trying to pick up the pieces following an unprecedented loss last Saturday at St. Bonaventure, 29-26. The Black Knights had never lost to the Bonnies before. Army led 7-5 in the first half thanks to Pat Oglesby, but it trailed 22-7 with just over a half hour left. Ben Richards, Matt DeFreitas, and Mitchell Campbell all scored in a 16-minute span to make it 26-22 Army. But Bonner scored one more try with 9 minutes left, and Army failed to score on its final push. Everyone on this team at West Point was very, very reflective and honest. It was Tion Mosconi who said, quote, "It wasn't the result we wanted, but it gives us an opportunity to look honestly at ourselves and assess how we can improve. I'm happy with how the brothers fought through the very last minute." Matt DeFreitas said, "Down to the very last minute, we kept working, which I think is an awesome thing to see in a team. Secondly, I think we had some great moments, especially coming out in the second half, continuing to fight back. I'm certainly proud of that." And Shane Sunday, who will also be in the starting 15 today, said, "We started off slow in the first half. It was a close game coming down to the end, and we never stopped fighting. That result is not going to happen again." Army has had some trouble getting off to a good start so far this season. They're hoping for an 80-minute effort this afternoon. Notre Dame has won both of its first two games, following up a 34-10 win at Thomas More with a 22-3 win over Adrian at home 2 weeks ago. Remy Thompson scored in the first half, and NDC led 10-3 at the half. Killian Burns and George Brown scored in the second half, and Adrian did not. NDC last year went 10-5 overall, won the Nash Bash Rugby in March, and then reached the plate semis of the NCR 7. So Notre Dame has definitely put a couple of wins together here in the early going, but it is quite clear they have not had the same type of schedule and the same type of expectation that Army has. However, and I say this, I preface this by saying this is a good thing. With how much the sport is growing at this level, expect to see other situations, where Team USA, let's be frank, they probably could have paid more attention to training instead of a camera time. We'll just put it mildly. But other teams across Rugby East and the rest of the country are closing the gap. So you're going to see many more teams give Army tougher games, teams that may not have in the past. And maybe today is the day that NDC shows Army the gap has been bridged, if not closed entirely. NDC coming in with a lot of confidence into today's match.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the players and coaches for the players right now.
As you can see, the field is not in great condition. Kickoff temperature will be 59 degrees. Somebody told me last night before the sprint football game began that this game would take place here, but other matches associated with this weekend might still take place at Shea. I'm glad we're here and not at Shea, because if you remember those games, that was the weekend when the men played against Trinity Dublin and then the women played against Dartmouth. I needed to go to Pearl Vision afterwards to make sure my eyes were still intact. I didn't have any cataracts from all the lines on the field. That was gruesome, but I'm glad we're here as the Black Knights look to another match on their home ground. Warrior Field has taken a beating between not only this, but also the rain a couple of weeks ago, as well as what happened over the summer. The good news is this field is in good enough shape to play today. Asher Hannon will kick things off for NDC. Let's see what happens here.
Guys, ready?
All good.
Alex, ready. Okay, so ready, Luca? Come on.
Yep, you can see we've got our entire officiating crew mic'd. Always great to have that. And sorry for Army Toes again. Dylan Leslie, I've got a figure to see a lot of that today. We know that many are hoping for a safe match because the field is far from perfect right now. Those who follow me closely know that my wife, well, she prays for a living. Without turning this into EWTN, I've told her go to work and hopefully nobody gets seriously hurt in today's match. So she's doing her part to make sure everybody does their part safely this afternoon. Long pass over on the near side now to Oglesby, who gets jumped right at the 10 by Marcus Janssen van Vuren. And NDC come away with the ball. Or do they? No, they don't. Army still has it. But Janssen van Vuren is definitely ready to go for it. You must use your feet in the rock, not the hands. As Tian Mosconi kicks this one nice and high. It's a jump ball. And the referee says backwards, no knock on. As right now, this game looks a lot like Woodstock. You may remember, if you lived long enough to remember the original one, it rained in the morning and then cooled and cleared in the afternoon. Remy Thompson kicks this one deep. And returning fire will be Tian Mosconi. Taken by Clemente Aguirre. He'll get rid of it. You might see the ball in the air a lot in the early going as this one downfield. It looks like a mark has been called for just inside the 22. Yeah, I've got a feeling that this is going to be a slow crawl like the journey to Woodbury Common on Black Friday, but that's all right. So far, so good. Army West Point's top priority is to develop leaders prepared to fight with our nation's battles. As the world's preeminent leadership institution, the Academy focuses on producing people who trust, accountability, passion, integrity, and empathy. Learn more, visit westpoint.com. Army pushing forward. Backward step for progress. This is rugby. You can't put the ball forward. Somebody went a straight offside for NDC. Mosconi kicks it away anyway, no call. And this one's going against Army.
4 blocks, this one, please.
Those guys all want to play, but right now they're not in the starting lineup. You're allowed to have 15 on the field at once and then dress 8 spares. That's how we get to 23. And it's a big day for rugby around the world. Not just because of the World Cup, but down under we've got the NRL Grand Final that starts at 4:30 tomorrow morning Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Sydney time between the Penrith Panthers and the Brisbane Broncos.
I will say, hold on, I'll manage with this, okay? Just really good question.
As the referee communicates clearly with his teams early on here, as NDC on a line out here just trying to get some territory established. Well done. They secure possession. Everything with it. Good offload here. Kicked on the ground. It's a live ball. But that Easter egg keeps rolling. Obstruction is called. This is not football. You can't block downfield. So that's the NRL Grand Final. Penrith looking for its third consecutive championship. Accor Stadium head curator, though, believes the pristine pitch could give Brisbane the edge. So that'll be fun if you can stay up really, really late or get up early tomorrow morning. So NDC will benefit from the call here. It looks like they brought out a tee here, have they? Yes, they have. Clemente Aguirre will try to give NDC the early lead from just outside the 22. For those new to the game, it's 3 points.
They just want a confirmation on the kick line?
Yes.
He's pushed it wide as the train may have caused a bit of a distraction for Aguirre. We are still scoreless in the 6th minute of this 80-minute match. One last thing down under. Overnight, Collingwood defeated Brisbane 90-86 in the AFL Grand Final at the MCG. Just to show you things are possible around the world, Mason Cox played a key role in Collingwood's victory. He's from Highland Village, Texas, near Houston. Yes, we've got Americans playing footy. The global reach of that sport and this one has just never been better. And we're so grateful for those here in this country, whether they were born here or they have immigrated here, and been able to share their love of this sport and help these young men and the young ladies on the women's teams play the sport properly as Haley calls for a mark inside the 22. So Haley puts this one away. It'll be taken midfield by NDC. As NDC so far have had most of the territorial possession. Army has defended well. But some good tackling here will force NDC to have to regroup. Good shift by Thompson on the far side. Good distribution as NDC just continue to pick up some ground with every single touch of the ball. The ability to handle the ball well is undoubtedly going to be critical on a day where Rain's been this one's charged down. It's a good ball. It's kicked forward. Pressing forward is Elijah Manges. He's able to push NDC back well inside her 22. It was charged down, not a knock-on, so Army could pursue quickly. And NDC suddenly in the shadow of the sticks as Gannon Conrad forces the quickly, and we've got a whistle.
Goes on the side.
As the referee says, somebody came in from the side. New to the sport, there's a front door and there's a back door. There's no side door. There might be a doggy door, but that's not on the side either. Yes, Hobie can play too. As this will be kicked to the touch, incoming, and that's the first one to water up here today. They try not to kick the ball to me because I caught one once. I made a nice catch, threw it back down, and nearly hit one of the ladies of the Army women's team in the head. They told me, Nick, don't do that again. So a lineup coming up here for NDC is Hamish Watson gets ready to chuck this one back in. Knocked away, and Army will pick it up. Merchant works it back. Oglesby on the far side, good pass in by Army. They've got some wake-up juice now. Nice catch on the far side, they'll continue. As the train rolls on for more supports. And the Black Knights score and take the lead against the run of play here. But it's dropped by Sunday. And there's a knock-on every day of the week, including Sunday. So Army was in good position, but the conductor dropped the baton as the tempo change took place. A scrum now coming up for NDC.
Please remember what we talk between match, okay? Be patient.
Let's see how this works for both teams. They got to work together before they can work against each other. The beauty of this. The choir's in tune. They create attacks. NDC able to flood it out. McDonald hangs on to it, but he gets tackled anyway. Good offload by Thompson quickly. As NDC trying to be quick, but Army not being fooled yet. Kick Dyson, I believe, by Leslie. The live ball, it's Juggle. See, that'll be a knockout.
Offside.
It looks like offsides might have been called too.
No goal. Offside.
So NDC will get another chance here.
Number 9, offside.
Momentum continues to build for the Mikey Stadium Preservation Project. All the suites of the proposed east stands have been sold, as well as most of the loge boxes. The Army West Point Athletic Association will have an update on the project after this football season, with an anticipated target opening for the renovated stadium ahead of the 2026 season. For more information, visit MikeyStadium.com. The football team has the week off. I think after what happened at the Dome up in Syracuse last week, never mind the scoreboard, I think we're all glad to take a deep breath here. So line out right and around the Army 22 for NDC. Another critical juncture of this contest. The Simba pose. Executed well by NDC. Can they move it?
No.
Referee telling somebody for Army go around. You cannot enter from the side. NDC continue to push forward. Army cannot continue to defend all day. That's been part of the problem this season. It's not pretty, but NDC continues to maintain position. Shifted back now, left side. Can he make one more pass? Trying to dive forward is Aguirre again. The catch. He's close to the 5. Leslie. Can't get in. Army able to boot it away. So close, NDC, and now they have to regroup in midfield. McDonald stays on his feet. Good tackle by Haley. They're trying to drive through, sticking for every single inch possible. This one kicked by McDonald. Haley makes the catch, gets tackled immediately. Could not take the mark since he was not inside the...
Hands on the ground. Hands on the ground.
And this one's going against NDC. Looks like somebody might have left their feet there. Due to rugby, yes, there's a lot of contact, but you can't start a mosh pit by diving head first.
Yeah, please. Good.
So Haley will kick to the touch, set up an Army line out here. You can use Twitter to keep up with the latest news information about the Army West Point men's rugby team. The handle is Army WP_MRugby. Again, Army WP_MRugby on Twitter.
How many? Okay.
So Bill Bolt has a conversation. If he spoke to me, I'd listen too. He's a big guy. I don't want to make him mad. Engels takes control of this as Army will now just try to drive forward and hang on to that ball. The struggle continues. This Army has to get rid of it. When you go to the ground, you can't hang on the ball forever. It'll be kicked by Mosconi, nice and high. And somebody for NDC lost it in the gray sky. And Army gets it.
No!
So they'll continue now, put a circle around that play. Did not see who it was for NDC, but he looked up in the sky, and the ball blended right into the clouds. This one is chucked forward. And it'll be played right back. As right now, we can tell you that this is probably going to continue to some extent because both teams are having a heck of a time getting traction. As this one is going to be kicked to the sideline. NDC want to get it back in quickly, but they will not here. As Schwanty Staples fielded it, and he'll just pass it off here as NDC gets set up in midfield.
I'm going to the box, okay?
Hamish Watson will toss this one back in. Tanner Smith plays telephone with him. And we got a whistle.
Look at it. Now, hold on. Two things. Hold the space, okay? Keep it up. If you're going to do that, you can show me there's a clear two different moments. Go over in the out, stop, and then do it. Okay? Just do it again. Gentlemen, please hold it up, okay?
So the conversation involves Smith as well as Cameron Mills for NDC. It goes for everybody. It's picked up by Bardak for Army. After Bardak comes up with the intercept. And now he's paying for it physically. Sunday drives forward. He's called a prop. That means he's a big boy. Bardak again. It's Army. No heavy here. Mosconi. Flop by Liskey. Almost picked up by Janssen van Fort. If he does, he might go the distance. It's Army. Get rid of it again. That ball has two lines right now. And taking the mark wisely is Haley. It's Army just struggling for field position right now. You can still buy single-game tickets for Army football, mini plans, group sales, premium tailgates too. More information, visit GoArmyWestPoint.com/tickets. To learn more about this season's promotional days and other game day activities at Mikey Stadium, visit ArmyGameDay.com. NDC get it at midfield and will just charge forward, but met with some resistance, getting it to the 10. Comes to Leslie again. This one's going against Army. And the referee says time off. It's never good when the referee has a conversation with the captain.
Okay, so the next thing, no, that one is a tackle. The tackle needs to release it again, the ball again. It's been too many infractions in a row every time that you are under pressure.
Is it same not releasing?
No, it's different. Side entry, tackling without the arms. All right, so it's been 4 penalties in 60 minutes. Okay, so excellent.
The referee makes his point to Tian Mosconi. I believe the key line was 4 penalties in 16 minutes. That's no good. And it's custom in the sport around the world. The referee gives Mosconi a chance to address the situation with his teammates.
Captain Black.
Aguirre's told by the referee that the opposing team is given time to remedy the situation.
Shot to goal.
Not releasing the call.
Yeah, that's a buck.
So it looks like another chance at goal here. Another penalty kick opportunity. As Aguirre, who missed earlier just outside the 22, is a bit further away from home. Not quite South Euclid, but maybe Elyria. He's got it. NDC is on the board. Clemente Aguirre has given NDC a 3-0 lead, approaching the midway point of this first half. Keep in mind that Army West Point athletes are not just cadet athletes, but also Warrior scholars. Army represents Warrior, and West Point represents Scholar. To separate them would take away the purpose of the U.S. Military Academy. They come together as one to outsmart the enemy. So Army is struggling to maintain possession, or at the very least, keep possession going. NDC has had the lion's share of possession so far. So in a way, Army is fortunate only to be trailing 3-0. This one is and the referee yells backwards, at least he did for a moment. And now he's going to change his mind, which I think is the right call here. With the weather and the pitch conditions, the ball right now is more two-faced than Harvey Dent himself. Controlling that ball, it's going to be a bit of a challenge for both teams.
Left side. The first scrum was perfect. One more time. The last scrum was perfect. Okay, just hold it like that. Thank you.
So a scrum coming up for Army as Wasconi will put the quarter into the slot to activate the mechanical ball.
All right, you are in contact with each other. You need to step back a little bit, okay? All right, so there's a 10 mark. All right.
I'll go back. Let's go, boys.
Again, in a scrum, the front rows have to work together before they can work against each other. You can be penalized rather easily for not doing your part to get it started.
Stop.
It does come out, but somebody, I think, infringed on Army's ability to wheel it back. You can't do that. It's bad enough to put your hands in the scrum of the ruck anyway, but you have to be able to let the scrum half and the fly half be able to work together to get the ball back to the backs.
More credible. See this in the scrum, okay?
So Haley takes care of this, kicks it deep. It'll be inside the 22. It's Army. Get their best field position with possession on the day. And now this game reaches another critical juncture.
I'm going to the
If anything, I think the loss to St. Bonaventure gave, the Army loss to St. Bonaventure gave NDC some confidence heading into this game, believing, yeah, we might be able to beat these guys. Things change, and the playing field is getting more and more solid. So as awful as it was for Army to lose to St. Bonaventure up in Olean last week, it might be a good thing for the sport in general. Anybody can beat anybody right now, or at least we're getting closer to being able to say that.
I'm not going to give you the penalty. No.
It looks like a penalty's been given against NDC.
Blue collapsing.
You can't collapse the maul or a scrum. You can't just bring it down. It might be a party, you can cry if you want to, but you can't end it on your own terms.
I understand.
So Army will put itself in a position at around the 5 for another line out here to see if they can get a way to crack this one in. Bardak wants a ball that's dry. I think that's at a premium right now with how wet the field is. The good news is it's not raining right now. Let's see if they can work. The pushing continues. NDC trying to keep Army right now, the big bad wolf. NDC, all three little pigs at once. Shifted back to Frakes. Can't get it in. He's pushed back outside the 5. Army can take all day if they need it. This is not football where you've got 4 downs. Haley, good offload quickly now to Bartlett. Can't get it in yet, though. They'll try the other way. It came to Richards. Inside the 5. Closer and closer and closer. Army comes. They almost have to score here. More pushing. And they whistle. And somebody for Army dove in. They turn it over. It looks like the call's against Bolts. The souffle has gone splat. NDC will be able to kick it away if they want. A missed opportunity of great magnitude for Army. Put a circle around that missed opportunity if NDC wins this game. Army had the lead for the taking and could not hold it together. NDC should feel a lot of confidence after that missed opportunity by Army. And time off, the referee says. Now what? It looks like we've got an issue of Marcus Janssen van Voren. If his family is back home watching, if my math is correct, it's dinner time in South Africa. Hopefully he's all right here. As conversations continue between the captains and the players here, the captains and the referee. Check out the official online store of Army West Point. You can browse the complete selection of officially licensed apparel and merchandise by visiting shop.rugbysports.com. Again, shop.rugbysports.com.
No, the scrum was fine, but, you know, in the rush, you need to be sure that he's one step behind. Yeah, that's why I called them. Not that one. Yeah.
Tian Mosconi has done so much talking with the officials so far today. I think he's this close to getting his bar card. But this is good officiating. Communicate with the players at all times. Most referees in rugby around the world say that as long as you maintain a proper tone of voice and don't use any foul language, you can talk all day. So a line out coming up here for NDC. This one's batted down. And it was live. It looks like NDC has maintained possession here. But right now, it's a struggle. It is real and it's spectacular.
Behind the left foot. Seven, move.
Conversation involving Tanner Smith, I think, front and center. It's kicked very high into the air. It comes down. Nobody wanted to go near it like it was a hot potato with too much sour cream on it. The whistle. This one will go against NDC. So Army catches a break here.
Yeah, penalties over here. They're inside the 10 when you kick the ball. They need to retreat. They're inside the 10.
So the Black Knights, who have struggled to get their offense in gear, recently had a great chance and did not score. They'll get another opportunity here. Johnny Haley gets ready to boom this one. He'll bang the drum slowly, get it well inside the 22. Army fans may not like the spot of the assistant, but it'll still be a line out inside the 22 for Army, as they are trying to take the lead for the first time this afternoon. Warrior Field is going to need a spa day once this match is over. Army does a good job of continuing order here. And they make some plays, though. Can make some good passes here. Good fake as they continue here. The freight takes the bottom of the pile. Army working quickly and working in close quarters, trying to impose their will physically against NDC. Getting back on side is McDonald for NDC. As Army continue on here.
Behind the left foot.
Richard tries to go forward by trying to get a knee up just to get some good traction here. It comes to Pritchett, who continues to move forward.
No advantage. Never release.
Looks like Pritchett's at the bottom of the pile again. Kicked on the ground by the Freights. It's a live ball. NDC, pick it back up. Can they get rid of it, though? A good tackle. Again on the near side.
It's no advantage. So, captain, you have captain. What's the captain? Captain, you have option. Penalty over here.
Looks like this one's going against NDC.
The penalty was here for no release. Offside over there. So, yes. So, penalty over here for no release, or penalty over there for offside. Okay. So, 9. The players need to be behind the last foot. They are just right there. I can't see. Okay, that's the mark.
Remy Thompson gets the message. Again, the referee is not just a referee. He's a guest instructor. As this one is kicked out by Haley. Army with another opportunity to take the lead. How many more of these chances will they have here in the first half?
Cut and run to the back.
Bolt tells Bardak what to do. You know, line from My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Take his hand in the mold in the side.
Well, Bardak might be the head, Bolt is the neck, but neither one communicates well with the other. This one is spilled by Army again. NDC trying to get rid of it, almost charged down, but it's just kicked away. Taken by Oglesby, we've got a whistle.
Under pressure. All right, so no straight option.
And it looks like it's coming all the way back. Looks like it'll be a scrum. Beautiful thing about being a referee, you've got to have basically a lot of good memories. You have to have a good short-term memory to reset the action where you believe an advantage is given or where some infringement or penalty has been committed. It's almost like, as a referee, you're establishing constantly a system restore point for your laptop. So it'll be a scrum for NDC in the shadows of their sticks. If the sun was out, you could see a shadow, but we don't today. And NDC's been listed for collapsing the scrum. A big break for Army. Can they take advantage? You know, I mentioned the Big Bad Wolf and a Three Little Pigs reference earlier. You can't blow the house down in rugby. 11 minutes left. And well, it's still been an entertaining first half because of how hard these players are working. It's not been pretty by any stretch. I apologize. I thought this was against NDC. It was against Army. NDC with another chance here.
NDC scrum! Good! Ball! Okay, let's do it again. Please. No, both of you. Don't buy on the armpit. Just bind long. Okay? Bind long. All right, let's do it again. Okay, let's do it again. All day.
Remarkable shape you got to be to play in this game, but especially if you are in the front row and your body is doing very unnatural things. Doesn't matter how strong you are. If you don't have the flexibility to line up with the other front row, then that position is not for
No,
it looks like another collapse. Looks like Tanner Smith was the one getting most of the conversation now. Looks like Shane Sunday got a bit of an expression for the referee too.
Okay, we can do it. Listen, listen, gentlemen, I understand what happened over here. Just work with me, okay? Yeah.
We're both happy to just get the ball out and wave it to the back.
Yeah, come on, let's play.
Here we go.
I'm really glad that we've gotten the referee mic'd lately because we're learning a lot more about what really happens in there. It's not like Vegas. What happens in the scrum will not stay in the scrum. We're all learning this together. Although the fact that the NFL coming to Vegas next year, that's going to be a wonderful thing for everybody involved.
Behind the ball. Stop.
Can Army make a play here? Haley catches it out of bounds, wants to get back in quickly. Ball was definitely out. He definitely did not field the ball while in play. And it looks like it'll be just outside midfield. Yeah, it's been a slow go. Really does feel like Woodbury Common on Black Friday. I can't believe we're almost there. Branch night is at the end of November. The firsties here at Army, final preferences being given either this week or next week, depending on who you are. That part of the process is almost upon us. Husky tries to drive forward. Army pushing the ball, continues to build, and now all the bowling pins go down.
Your son, get it down. Your son.
And the discussion continues, as I believe it was Mills who was whistled for either leaving his feet or coming in from the side. So Haley will kick this one away again. Remember the last time that Army relied so much on Johnny Haley's kicking in a game. It really has been a slow go, with the field not being in great shape and NDC clearly being mentally prepared for this contest. Bardak's going to toss this one back in. Bolt gives him the locker combination.
He's switching, middle switching.
Up and down we go. Liskey looks to drive through, has two men on him. Shifted quickly, Haley, out of Oglesby. He's got some wheels. Oglesby looks for a seam to go through, gets inside the 22. And Army continue to push and push. Oglesby trying to do it all himself. It comes to Richards. Can Army finally get it in? They've had plenty of opportunities the last 10, 15 minutes. They've had the territory. Everything but the finish so far for the Black Knights.
Use it!
Yells for offsides go unheard. Army gets to the 5, but they're not home yet.
Don't pull the player. Don't pull the player.
The pushing continues. They are inside the 5. The grappling continues.
He was off his feet on that ball.
Advantage given. Haley kicks it. It's partially blocked. NDC, wait a second.
I didn't get the number, sorry.
Somebody might have come in from the side and dove in, and that may have been why Haley decided to take the chance with kicking. An advantage might have been given. So 5.5 left in the opening half. Army continues knocking on the door. They got to try to doorbell.
Number 5 or 3 in this one, that's why it's a penalty. But to the players, there's too many touches. I will join under pressure, okay? Can I bring them in? Yes, hands up. Yeah. Yeah, come in. Yeah, it's time off anyway.
So time off with 5:22 left in the opening half. And we'll see what Army's options are here. And it looks like Haley's got the ball here. Will he be kicking to tie the match? Looks like he's got something in his left hand. Water bottles in the right. It looks like Haley's going to try to even the score here. This is the chip shot. Question is, can he get it over that crossbar? So this is basically a CFL field goal. Johnny Haley has brought Army level. A lot of people thought that Army might have a competitive advantage in this game, but with the loss to St. Bonaventure and some would call not a great performance against Penn State, you'd think that maybe the playing field has definitely been even out here in Rugby East. You can now buy single game tickets for the upcoming Army hockey season, as well as full season tickets, mini plans, and group tickets. Visit GoArmyWestPoint.com for more details and to make purchases. To request new rinkside season tickets, please call the Army A Club at 845-938-2322. First game is next Sunday against Union at 2 o'clock. And with that, that means you're going to see less of me everywhere else. That's the only way we're getting.
Play on. Back.
black players behind you were offside.
Might have been offsides. Shifted back by Thompson. It comes down to Gattaca. Christian Gattaca looking to drive through. He cannot.
No, I don't.
At least not for speed.
Over there is no advantage. Offside.
Offside's finally called here, and so NDC will get a free kick. Or at the very least, an opportunity to gain some ground.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Point.
Greg actually is calling for the team. A chance to give NDC the lead back again.
The two players behind the last foot, okay?
Mosconi gets more instructions from the man in blue. Clemente Aguirre, 1 for 2 today. Made the last attempt. It cannot be fun kicking on this pitch right now.
Yeah, no, that is fine. Ruben.
It's high enough, but he's pushed it wide. Army dodged the cannonball as Haley decides finally to dot it down and press the reset button. Clemente Aguirre is now 1 for 3. I think on some level, if 3-3's the halftime score, then both teams will feel fortunate. We acknowledge that this pitch is far from perfect, but I think both teams can still improve on a lot of things in the second half. This one is kicked a bit low, not sure if it was a mishit. NDC says, I don't want it, and it comes all the way back. Army says, we don't want it either. That'll be kicked out of bounds towards the Army bench. 2 minutes left here in the opening half.
Let's go. Set. Numbers.
One other last piece of good news, I think, for both teams. We know the pitch is not in great shape. No one looks like they've been seriously hurt. So I think that's a win-win for everybody. But again, the match is 80 minutes, not 40. Watson is ready to chuck this one back in, right at midfield. Overshot everybody. And we've got Oglesby trying to work it back. Conrad's going to fall on it. And now the Black Knights will try to work quickly. Yes, the clock you see is the time that's left on it. That's correct. But as long as Army does not commit any infringements, they can take as much time as they want, or at least the referee is willing to give them.
Use it now. Use it.
5 blue is offside.
Mosconi gets rid of it. Somebody for NDC might have been offsides, but a big tackle on Hannon as he makes the catch.
5 blue offside.
And it looks like Leslie is being whistled now for NDC. So Army will get another chance. Again, it's all about that restore point on your system for the referee.
5 blue offside.
You have a good memory to have that whistle and that microphone.
Sir, isn't where we're falling?
No, that was offside in the rock.
Oh, in here?
The rock, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
You know, it's a Tian Mosconi address the referee as sir.
Thank you, sir.
That's what you expect at West Point. So we'll see if Haley can get some good distance on this as the final seconds tick off on the clock. He keeps it in play. NDC will just try to keep it in play here as they get some distance, as the Black Knights say, we don't want it either. Back and forth we go. All the time is off the clock here in the first half. NDC wants to keep it going. Was it overkicked? Oglesby can't come up with it. The referee looks at his watch, and he says he's seen enough. Well, won't lie to you. That was not high-quality rugby. But given a situation, given what we've seen here, the fact that both teams are still healthy, And it's still an even game. It's 3-3 after 40. Aguirre with a PK early on. Haley able to equalize for Army. Army has had plenty of chances to score tries, but have not done so yet. We will take a break and come back with more here from Warrior Field at Anderson Rugby Complex. You're watching the Army West Point Athletics YouTube channel.
Thank you for that. Yeah, let's go.
At the United States Military Academy, you're on the team from day one.
A team where people are the #1 priority and winning matters.
A team of scholars, athletes, and leaders, each striving to become all that they can be.
Are you ready to join our team? West Point,
where leaders are made.
When pain wants to keep you on the sidelines, know you have options to keep you doing what you love. As one of the world's leading medical technology companies, Stryker offers innovative foot and ankle products that help you get back in the game and on your feet. Stryker and Army West Point Athletics have joined forces to help you learn more about foot and ankle pain and provide you resources so you can find a specialist in your area. Visit Stryker.com/WestPoint to learn more.
Meet the Chevy ZR2 family. They'll never let you down. With features like DSSV dampers, MT tires, and an off-road performance display. When the going gets tough, it's a family you can count on. Introducing the Silverado, Colorado, and Silverado HD ZR2 family of trucks.
USAA? Yeah. They have awesome rates on coverage for our car, home, and stuff. She has a lot of stuff.
Dad.
A lot of cool stuff, honey. But USAA also has banking, credit cards, and loans. Plus advice and other perks.
Only for emergencies. Thanks, Mom.
And it's all in one spot. So we know she's all set because we've got USAA.
USAA, more than you might think, for the military community and their families.
He may not turn out to be a black belt or play Carnegie Hall.
He'll take the chicken fingers.
But with the money you earn from your PenFed checking and savings accounts,
He's growing up. Look at him.
your goal of supporting his dreams will always be worth it.
I got it.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
At the United States Military Academy, you're on the team from day one.
A team where people are the #1 priority and winning matters.
A team of scholars, athletes, and leaders, each striving to become all that they can be.
Are you ready to join our team?
West Point, where leaders are made.
When pain wants to keep you on the sidelines, know you have options to keep you doing what you love. As one of the world's leading medical technology companies, Stryker offers innovative foot and ankle products that help you get back in the game and on your feet. Stryker and Army West Point Athletics have joined forces to help you learn more about foot and ankle pain and provide you resources so you can find a specialist in your area. Visit Stryker.com/Westpoint to learn more.
Meet the Chevy ZR2 family. They'll never let you down. With features like DSSV dampers, MT tires, and an off-road performance display. When the going gets tough, it's a family you can count on. Introducing the Silverado, Colorado, and Silverado HD ZR2 family of trucks.
USAA? Yeah. They have awesome rates on coverage for our car, home, and stuff. She has a lot of stuff.
Dad.
A lot of cool stuff, honey. But USAA also has banking, credit cards, and loans. Plus advice and other perks.
Only for emergencies. Thanks, Mom.
And it's all in one spot. So we know she's all set because we've got USAA.
USAA, more than you might think, for the military community and their families.
He may not turn out to be a black belt or play Carnegie Hall.
He'll take the chicken fingers.
But with the money you earn from your PenFed checking and savings accounts,
He's growing up. Look at him.
your goal of supporting his dreams will always be worth it.
I got it.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
Welcome back to Anderson Rugby Complex. We got a bit of a scare during halftime that something might prevent this game from continuing, but it turned out just to be a very, very false alarm. We acknowledge the field isn't great, but they're going to give it a go. It's a 3-3 game at the outset of the second half.
Ready.
Okay.
Army will kick off to get things started again. And this one's going to roll all the way down. And it'll be walked out of bounds like Hobie. If I get Hobie out of bounds, my life would be a lot easier. So a second game of the day is going to be moved to Shea Stadium. That's what we heard. And I had a feeling what happened last night based on what we knew was going to happen. Yes, there was some rain overnight, and it's the start of the day, but it's not raining right now. Unfortunately, this field has definitely taken a bit of a wallop today.
time, sir. All right?
So with the kick going all the way out of bounds, set up a scrum at midfield. Neither team has suffered a major injury, and I think that's the best part about this game today. Yes, it is not pretty, but you'll get a game like this one again.
Ball! Shoot!
And this one's going against Army. Looks like somebody may have either brought down the scrum or dove in.
Number 3.
Bolt might have been the guilty man.
You can move back if you want.
And McDonald is told he can move back a little bit. This year's Army Sports Hall of Fame induction banquet happens this coming Friday at 6 o'clock at West Point's Eisenhower Hall. Buy individual tickets. Reserve a table to 10. Visit GoArmyWestPoint.com. More info, contact the RBA Club at 845-938-2322.
The ball is available. Back foot. Back foot.
Army will kick this one and get rid of it. In the sky it goes. That ball is tough to field right now with all the clouds on this dreary early fall day causing a bit of an issue. Shift it back slowly. Now some good speed for McDonald. Wound back again. And a big collision involving Smith. It's got a whistle though.
Come on.
Time off, I think.
Come on. All right, listen. I stop it. It's just a penalty. You need to talk to the player. Don't lift it. I know it was being passed horizontal over there, but you need to be very careful with it. Okay? So it's a penalty. All right?
I'm very glad we heard the referee mention this.
Just do it fast.
It's rugby. We know you're supposed to tackle, but it's not wrestling where you take the guy off the ground and slam him and everybody yells two.
Yeah.
That time is coming at Crystal Arena, but we're not there yet. There's no mat here. You must take care of the player if you have him wrapped up. If they didn't do that, we definitely have more hospitalizations with this sport. So McDonald's going to kick this one away. Very grateful for the grace of the referee to not issue a card there. Just simply saying right now it's a penalty.
Alex, I'm gonna go
no, this is not a Rembrandt. It's going to look more like Andy Warhol when we're done here. But we've got ourselves a great second half, I think, in store in spite of the field condition and the fact that it's a bit miserable being out in what's not been a warm day by any stretch.
Hold on. You do it again. Both of you are lifting early. Just wait for the ball. Both of you are lifting early at the same time. Do it again, all right? No, both of you are lifting early.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just wait for the ball, all right?
Okay.
And the referee reminds Tanner Smith this is not cheerleading, acrobatics and tumbling, or stunting, or anything of that sort. You can only do so much with a guy you're picking up. Army looking to pick up the ball, but it's kicked ahead instead. We got a whistle. And it's knocked ahead. That's a break for Army. For a second, I thought it was going to be a live ball because somebody from NDC had kicked it, but it was knocked in before that. Never mind Woodbury Common. Right now, it feels like a rush hour train being late into the city, and we're just strolling through Garrison very, very slowly. It's taken a while to get to Peekskill today. That's okay. You will get to work on time.
Coach! Ball! Shot!
Here we go again. Look at all that force and torque. Army looking to make something out of nothing here, but they only get as far as the 22. Now they got to backtrack and go forward again. Waiting's the hardest part, right? Everybody back on side, it'll be kicked away. It's dropping and it's Thompson, but it was backwards, so no call. Trying to drive forward is Hannon. He gets met at the 10. No matter how this game ends, NDC is going to be pleased with the effort here they've had from start to finish, and they've been able to hang with Army. This one is kicked by Play continues. No knock-on call. It's Army. Trying to come back on the warpath here, approaching the 10. Because of the field condition, everything's been slowed down quite a bit. This is not football. There's no play clock. Nice and high. NDC will try to get rid of it once more. Ping pong. Neither team looking to make a mistake. They've clearly dug the trenches and filled them with water now. Put it downfield once more. This will roll out of bounds without being touched. If that ball could talk right now, it'd say, "Get me a towel."
Let's go, Black. Here we go.
Remember that competing as varsity athletes helps cadets learn how to win the battlefield. Athletics instills tenacity, resilience, discipline, mental and physical toughness, and the desire to excel. Grit and perseverance are the same things that build winning platoon leaders to company commanders when cadets graduate. Again, branch night at the end of November, not far away. Army come up with the intercept on the line out. That's a big defensive play. Mills, I think, was looking for something that was not straight, but I think the referee reminded him, hey, it looked pretty straight to me. And we've got a whistle. Collapsing. Whistle against NDC. Both teams have done more than their share of bringing down the house in this game. So Haley will kick again. I just hope he doesn't aim for me. Oh, he is. I'm grateful he missed. I didn't feel like catching that one. And somebody's got to go find it.
Hey, let's see somebody else. Come on.
Getting ready is Bardak. He'll toss it in. Army, get control. Liskey driving the tank right now, but it's being forced into the ditch. Kicked away again. Army going for field position. It's a live ball to go to bounds. And for the first time in a while, I think in this entire second half, the Army bench is starting to make some noise. They can sense that something's about to happen here. Bardak will toss this one back in and around the 22.
Keep your mode up. Keep your mode up.
Conversation with Bolt is over. They go a little bit shorter this time. Liskey takes the handoff, tries to drive. Army pushing and pushing and pushing and swashbuckling. And we've got a whistle. And finally everybody stops, and it looks like this one's going against Army. Ben Richards might have been around somebody's neck. So NDC will kick this one out again. Incoming!
Diego, we have a blue sub 17.
Nice job, Andrew. Our camera people have to defend the equipment before themselves. Cannot say enough about our crew in the last 24 hours that had to play through the rain during the Sprint football game and then show up here again. Sprint football won last night over Penn. They've got Navy next week. Not worried about them defensively. Offensively, they need to hang on to the ball better. At least based on what we saw last night. Lots of noise as Watson gets ready to chuck this one back in for NDC. He goes short. What wrapped up is Smith.
fine, you're fine. You're okay?
Nice and high. And this one is just out.
Stay out. He's over here.
Not far away from where the ball is right now. There's this massive puddle.
Thank you, sir.
It's on the sideline for the most part. Bardak is between two puddles right now. A tale of two puddles. Would Dickens write something like that? Neither one of them's a city. Since we're in New York State, they somewhat officially use Hamlet every now and again to describe a small place that's not a village, but still in a town.
Hold on 1 second.
And the referee says, wait 1 moment.
Hold on. Hey, that's your mark, but you say an interview with you.
He has a conversation with Smith. It's quite clear that the snack has gone through the kindergartners to give them a bunch of energy, and the teacher right now needs diversion to calm them down. Flickering the lights may not work today. Shifted back is Army. Back on the attack. Wrapped up well, though. I think that might have been wrapped up again. Again, Army just has the ball. We've got a whistle.
Don't do that, okay? He's on the side. And then over.
And either coming in from the side or leaving his feet was DeFreitas.
Hey, Fraser!
Another unforced error by Army.
I'm going to split.
That needs to stop.
Or you can do it from here. That's okay.
That goes without saying. McDonald kicks this one into touch. If Army does not win this game, it'll largely be their fault. They've had plenty of opportunity with possession today, especially after the first few minutes where NDC showed they were ready to play. And play hard they have. Looks like they've asked for time off here. Now he says time back on. As the referee now playing Simon Says with a game clock. Watson gets ready to toss this one in. Army deflects it away. The Black Knights have come up big to defend lineouts today. That's actually been a strength of this afternoon's proceedings.
Use it!
Nice and high. It's a live ball. And so having to turn it back is Aguirre, but he's knocked down. And so everybody rolls to the side. No whistle yet, so it looks like we're playing on. Comes back to Staples. He's wrestled down. Tackling is getting better. This one is kicked away. Nice and high again. Haley's got it in midfield. He wants to go for a stroll. Johnny Haley, though, is wrapped up. Can Army focus and not try to do too much? They need to work smarter, not harder.
Behind us, foot.
Just a reminder, there is a convenience store and gas station on West Point Highway with plenty of ice bags in case both teams run out here. Army want it back. They'll fall on it. I don't think I saw the referee give it advantage. Now he will. There's going to be a knock on, and so they'll move it back up a little bit. I acknowledge freely this has not been the prettiest rugby match I've seen, but whoever gets the victory will be very glad to get it. Place your deposit now for new season tickets for Army West Point basketball. A ticket rep will reach out for final payment and seat selection before November 1st. Visit GoArmyWestPoint.com/tickets for information. To renew your season tickets, please call 1-877-849-2769.
Here we go, boys, yeah! Nice shot, Mark.
Thank you. Hey, bind them. Bind them. You're binding on the shoulder as well. Okay?
What do you mean? Oh, on the shoulder, you said?
Yes, yes. Bind them on the side. Right on the side.
Okay, good.
Set!
The antithesis of a chaperone at a CYO dance. The referee says it's good to get closer. Sometimes if the other person is too tall, one of you's got to come in and embrace. You can do it. They can all do it.
In the middle, please. In the middle. No.
Good fake as Army will try to get some distance here. A dive to the 22. Army approaching the front door again.
Just release it. Get on the ball.
And we've got a whistle.
Stop. No, I saw it. Just let me manage it. All right. Just move. Time off.
And time off as the referee told somebody for Army to be quiet and said, I've got this.
Let me talk with me. Okay. Move.
Conversation with Thompson is over. Now the referee wants to have a conversation with his AR. I'm not sure what it's about.
Okay.
Clearly they saw something.
What I saw is Lou holding the player, but also Stig reacting and hitting, punching the player. So I didn't see any connection in the head. Did you see something?
I didn't see anything. I was checking for offside, so I personally didn't see anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna go yellow card because it's not. I saw him punching, but in the body I didn't see connecting in the head. So I'm gonna go yellow card and I'm just for punching. All right? Okay. Agree with it? Okay.
Oh my!
Diego, the blue wants a sub.
Okay.
Oh my!
So, yeah. Captain number 6. All right, so this is clear to me. The player just punched the player, the other black player, on the ground. So I didn't see any connection in the face, but I see punching. So for that reason, it's a yellow card. Right.
This is a big play of the game, and it is warranted. As I think it is Marcus Janssen van Voren, who's going to have a seat for 10 minutes.
I didn't see connection in the head.
Huh?
I didn't see a connection in the head. I saw punching in the body.
Can you check with your AR?
I already checked.
Okay. So there should be a penalty then?
It's a penalty.
Diego, are you okay with that sub?
So the referee and the assistants are getting together. Janssen van Voren is off for 10 minutes for sure. If he connected, it'll probably be a straight red.
Wait, because it's a penalty against Lou. Okay? It's a penalty against Lou, so you need to wait for the next stoppage, okay?
Oh boy, the plot has now thickened for this game considerably. Army will have a man advantage.
Yes, captain. All right? Okay. Am I going?
If there's any connection, I don't think there's any question that Janssen van Voren is gone.
Point.
Instead, it's just a yellow, which means for 10 minutes, Army will have one more player. Yes, they offer boxing as part of the curriculum here at West Point. Female cadets take it too, but has no place on the pitch no matter how intense things get. Now, the good news for Army is that Johnny Haley, whose foot has been very good today, has an opportunity to give the team the lead for the first time today. He's 1 for 1. Holy smokes, it's off the post. On a normal day where I think the ground is firm, he buries that one. And we've got a whistle, somebody not rolling away against Army. Well, my bingo card has just incinerated. We've had everything happen today except a try scored, and Army denied the lead because of the iron. This one will not reach us, but it will go out of bounds.
Coming on, Diego, for blue.
And somehow, some way, we are still deadlocked at 3. Watch it midway through the second half. Army fans shouldn't have to work hard to find other Army fans. You can use Facebook to connect with fellow supporters of the Black Knights while keeping update with athletic events on post. Check it out at Army West Point.
Diego, we have subs 17 and 18 Black for 1 and 3.
Charlie Rolick and Gabe Savage have entered the chats. Army going with some fresh horses, up a man for the next several minutes because of the card against Johnson from Furin. Bolt will have a seat. So will Sunday. The stage director has changed the promise. Let's see if this is what gets Army over the top. Now it's been a crazy day here at Anderson Rugby Complex. Mosconi pooches it. And a nice catch is made. It's a ball. Army will smother it and keep it going. We also point out we've got subs on for NDC as well. So both teams have exchanged their pawns for other pawns right now. Whitney Vonderleith, one of the new pawns in for NDC, misses the tackle. This one is not missed, as it is Rashad Jones-Land who makes the tackle.
You still have advantage for offside, okay? It's a penalty.
It looks like the referee has time off again, as one of the trainers is looking at Trey Bartlett. Just because I haven't called his name much does not mean he's given everything.
I'm going to check that, but what I saw in a moment is both competing for the ball. But I'm going to pay attention to that, okay? 17.
The best referees keep their promises, don't they?
You're outside over there, so it's a penalty against you. Okay. Over here.
There's Bartlett getting some work.
You want to sit clearly behind the foot, okay? All right? Yep.
And it looks like Karen Murray's going to come in. Who's coming out?
The left up. You want to do left up? You have 15 minutes.
Will it be Bartlett?
15. 15. Yeah. 15.
All right. Yep.
Meanwhile, Haley's got the ball. Does he want another crack at goal here?
All right, left up.
I'm assuming that unless something is going to change with blood and whatnot, that Bartlett's day is done.
Okay, good. Okay. Hold on.
No T. Haley's going to kick this to the touch and set up a line.
The mark is over here, all right? Yeah, the mark is over here. 17 blue offside. All right?
Underleaf officially crossed. That explains why there was a stoppage.
17 offside. Got to go. All right.
Haley wants another chance, and I don't blame him. This is not an easy job. I don't envy him. He's basically kicking in a mud pit. If he makes this kick and they win 6-3, he might be athlete of the week here. This is not easy. Army has the lead for the first time today. Even though it's come from Magellan-like navigation from the seat of the pants. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Army leads 6-3. They tell you around here to embrace failure because you learn from it. And if you're still alive at the end of the day, then you haven't truly failed. Army looking to complete the mission now. Even though this has been a very ugly game in more ways than one. And now we've got a whistle. Time off again, I believe, on a high tackle. And now there's another conversation.
Okay. So what's high?
I saw that was being brought down, and I saw
high tackle.
High tackle.
Okay.
But he was being brought down. So.
Okay. So what number? Do you see number?
I didn't see number.
Okay. So all right. Yeah, no, it's just a penalty because the player was bending down, but still contact with the head. We think we have 20 minutes every time that you are in defense and some kind of pressure. It's too many penalties, all right? So talk to them again.
Okay.
All right?
Something tells me if this keeps up, NDC is going to find itself short again. There's not much time left on the card against Janssen van Furen. That's the good news. Haley avoids me, and somebody makes a nice catch on the far side, just to the right. Matt Sherman.
We have 20 black coming on for 6.
Okay, 20 black.
Malik Burchett's day is done. On comes Mitch Campbell. Burchett has been in the middle of everything. I think he gets to the head of the line for ice bags. Bardock gets ready to toss this in. Can arm ones for NDC. Is that where this match is going to be won? Liskey trying to climb up Storm King Mountain, and everybody goes.
No.
Mosconi. Now for Campbell, who's got a fresh tank of gas. Mosconi gets rid of it as he's being brought down. As letting it go by is Thomas Rojas. And we've got an issue at midfield and some pushing and shoving as McDonald wants a piece of the entire Army team. And Peacemaker is Mills. Good credit to him. I apologize. My right eye was following the ball. And I think right now Christian Gattaca just stuffed his teammate Fraser Leslie to tell him to get his head out of his bottom. It's not a hat.
I was making the mark. Okay. I'm not.
It's just a bit of push and shove.
Okay. Listen, we'll put this easy. All right. I know that you were excited about the match, but this thing that happened after the ball, I didn't see what happened. The ARDB, sorry? No, I don't need it. Because,
wait, and then he headbutted me.
So, listen.
So
listen, no, listen. No.
If he headbutts me, are you, like, safety?
Okay, so, please, listen. I'm telling you this. I didn't see it. I checked with the ARs to come. They didn't see it neither. So, I'm going to talk to you about this. If I see something that happened, I'm going to deal with that. Really strong, okay? So, please, talk to the players. No anymore, all right? The ball was touched. You have the line out over there, all right?
If you follow these broadcasts over the years, you know that I'm a fan of retired referee Nigel Owens, who once brought all 30 players into a huddle and said after something similar happened, I didn't see it. It ends now. We go back to the original penalty. I think our referee has just had a similar conversation. We're lucky that Mosconi and Thompson were hands. Mosconi wants to know my opinion. I didn't see it either. But I thought he mentioned the word headbutt, which is not cool in any sport at any level. We're grateful that tempers have been cooled for now because this has been a rugged, miserable game from the standpoint. There's not been much skill because of the pitch condition. Whichever team comes out on top will feel a lot better about what's happened here today than the other. I can't believe we've got 17 minutes left of this one. It feels like it's taken forever. But that's okay. Is there time for somebody to do something spectacular? Oglesby got on the far side. Has some good wheels, but they're in the mud too. Tackle's been good for both teams. A little bit easier because they haven't been able to get the kind of drive they want to do here in the mud pit today, and NDC will clear it down the far side. Haley looks for it. Looks to be in a position to kick. Reverses to nobody, but it's going to be picked up here. Neither team can afford to panic because the mistake may very well be the one that decides this game right now, with neither team having done much offensively today.
Use it.
Nice and high. NDC will get control at their own 10. And this one's going against NDC. Somebody might have left their feet there at the end. I hope that when this game is over with, every shower's got hot water. They're all going to need it. Does someone need to go to that convenience store on West Point Highway to pick up that much more soap with all the mud that's going to be on everybody? Haley kicks this one and gets a bit of a tailwind. Army West Point Director of Athletics Mike Buddy's announced a strategic plan called Fruits of Victory. This plan seeks to provide cadet athletes the opportunity to succeed as students and as athletes while molding them into exceptional leaders and officers in the U.S. Army. For more information on the Fruits of Victory, please visit GoArmyWestPoint.com.
No, hold on. Gentlemen, please. That's your mark. That's your mark over here. Just come closer. Please, yeah, it's okay. It's inside 22. It's inside.
The referee says the lamp belongs near this window, not that one. Possession secured as Army will trade more seconds off that clock. Was that a high tackle? Army wants the call, doesn't get it. Is that another high tackle that goes uncalled?
I don't know on who though.
Looks like the arm is out, so advantage might be given as McCoy drags down his man. Kick nice and high with a loft wedge. NDC will come up with it now. The whistle is blown.
Time off.
Time off, the referee says.
Captain. No. Number 1, blue, high tackle, 2 minute infraction,
Oh boy. Tanner Smith has been warned too many times. He's going to sit. And that's a big loss for NDC. Never mind the time left. But Smith has done his job well today, and now he's got to go sit. So NDC hits the whammy, and somewhere in the universe, Peter Tamarkin says, Nick, thanks for the reference. So here's the good news for Army. They have possession. The question is, does Haley want to try another shot here? Looks like he will.
Hold on.
The clock resumes. 15 minutes left. Haley is 2 out of 3. Would have been 3 for 3 if not for the goalpost. This would put Army up by 6. He's batting .750 in quicksand. Army up by 6 with 14 minutes left. Have I mentioned how tough it is to kick that thing anyway? It's built differently from an American football. In the winter, it's like kicking a bowling ball. Johnny Haley, 3 out of 4. 3 at a goalpost out of 4 today, while kicking in a tough spot. Front by 6. So NDC needs to score a try and get a conversion. That's how they can overtake Army. Jumped in for Army. And again, NDC down to 14 at the moment.
You just go straight out. You need to stay up. You can do that. All right. You just straight out.
I think both teams have used the patience of the referee.
Okay.
They've milked it considerably, and there'll be a shot at goal here. Is this Thomas Rojas taking the kick here? For those in the NDC camp, I got names before the match started. I'm hoping that this is Thomas. If it's not, please let me know. Either way, it's an important kick. It's straight enough, but it doesn't have the distance. Army will dot down the goal area. So on the day, NDC is 1 for 4 on penalty kicks. If you want to be nitpicky, you could say that they really hurt themselves in that area of the game. Moscone looks like he's getting ready to shoot a 1-and-1. And he'll just get rid of it. Comes to Toro, who gets rid of it himself. And this one's going to land. Nice catch by a young lady down on the far side here in the gallery. Balls are flying upstairs like flubber today, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Army's going to take a deep breath here before this next page of the book begins. Savage gives Bardak some advice.
Middle again! Middle again! Middle again!
Nice and straight. Army, take control, and we'll get some more time off that clock. Richards, biding his time. Hand it off. Moscone gets rid of it. Army does its job here with 10.5 left. But it looks like they'll get a decent spot here, NDC. Wants it. We'll toss it in midfield.
You can try the 50 blocks, okay?
And the referee says to Watson, wait a minute. Okay? Brief conversation with Savage. Controlled by Jones, land. On the far side it comes. Fraser tries to drive over Fraser Leslie. But he can't get any further. Harvey will put back further. Vonderlich with some spin moves on the dance floor. Can't get it past midfield. Here comes Mills. Able to offload it. Here come NDC. A try and a conversion may win them the game. Hook back. Some good passing we put together. McDonald gets hit. It comes to Gattaca, but he is wrapped up down low. It comes again to Vonderlich. He's over the 10, but not over the moon yet. More great tackling as Army continue to warm to the task. They've met the moment so far. Can they complete the mission? 9 minutes left. McDonald gets rid of it. This Easter egg will roll and roll and roll. They'll be down back in the far side of the end area. A little bit surprised that NDC made that decision to kick in that instance. Again, this is not the Southern Hemisphere. There's no fifth tackle. There's an Army West Point Authentic where you can shop for Black Knight memorabilia. You can get there by heading to ArmyWestPointAuthentic.com. Also follow his Twitter account at AWP_memorabilia.
Yeah, very good.
This has been one of the longest games on this pitch that I can remember. Army trying to escape with a victory. This one's going to swerve away, but a nice catch is made by Hurst, who's able to advance back to the 22. The bouncing continues. Wheeled it back. It came to Leslie, thanks to Burns. Burns again. Back to McDonald. Long pass. Ogilvie was looking for it. He's been able to pick those off this year. It comes back down. Staples trying to drive forward. Gets it. 22. Everyone a whistle as this one is going to be against Army for not rolling away.
Let's go!
Halfway now. Time off with 7:30 left.
Okay. It's okay. It's blue sub. Cover. Okay. Again. Keep on instructions when you're under pressure. Yeah. As a player. Next one. You need to punish it, right? Because I need to select it.
What did he do?
That one is not rolling away. Okay.
I mean, he kind of got tripped in there. He making him a 10.
Roll away.
Tian Moscone acting as public defender today. What's in his wallet? Hopefully lots of moolah if Army can complete the mission. But it sounds like the next infraction for Army may lead to them playing with 14 the rest of the way.
Good job. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a sub coming in? Yes. Somebody's yelling you can't sub on a penalty.
Okay.
Are they bringing two in?
Two sub.
We've got ham. We've got turkey.
1 second. Okay. I'm not going.
Business at Subway is good today. Here we go again. A big tackle. Army forcing the issue. Trying to hang on for dear life. Thompson almost lost it. He's stuck at the 22. Now what?
I understand. Yes, I understand. That's why I stopped the play. I stopped the time, okay? I understand they want to play quickly, so to deal with that. Number 5, shoulder, no wrapping, it's a yellow card.
And Ben Richards, I believe, has been told to leave. Army, if they're going to finish this game on top, they'll do it the hard way. Richards sin binned for the shoulder. It's kind of like in track and field where a false start's given to the entire field. The next person is going to get booked. So Army must finish this game shorthanded.
Shoulder, point.
And it looks like it'll be Rojas taking the shot here to bring his team within 3.
Listen, I understand they want to play quickly, but I just want to manage to really get it out, okay? This one.
Actually, let's see. Yep, that's 22. I'm guessing that's Rojas. Missed the last attempt.
You have 2 minutes and they get across.
He's got it, and it's a 3-point game again with 6.5 left.
How they get across?
On the day, NDC is a team 2 for 5 on penalty kicks. That's not good enough. I understand the field is not in great shape. That's part of it. What a result this would be if NDC could at least draw a level. Army trying to just grind out a victory here. The Black Knight Buddies make up the official kids club of Army Westport Athletics. It's open to kids 13 and under with family-friendly benefits aimed to please all ages. For more information, please visit GoArmyWestPoint.com/ and click on the Black Knight Buddies.
Come on.
Now what?
Come off. Come off.
Time off, the referee says.
Give me 1 second. There's a mark of penalty over here. So, let me tell you what I saw. I saw the ball number 4 jumping, not competing for the ball, so they charged the player in the air. That's what I saw. Do you agree?
I thought he was competing for the ball, but I don't think that it was really valid to compete.
Okay, just a penalty. All right, okay. Number 4. He's not competing for the ball.
But he was in the air when he hit him.
He was in the air. He's not trying to compete for the ball. He's charged. It's a penalty. Just a penalty. Hold on. Water.
Does this referee get paid extra for all the game management he's had here in the second half? Incoming. It doesn't reach, but it's close. Meanwhile, he's spotted just over the midfield line.
Do we have time on the blue card, Diego?
1 minute. 1.5.
NDC
minutes.
return to full strength. Right now it's 14 on 14. Richards will sit for the rest of the game for Army. Deflected. It's loose. Wait a second.
Outside shoulder. That's not straight. Option.
Army catches a huge break. It is to take more time off the clock.
Option. Not straight. Yeah. Option. Scrum line out.
Line out.
Line out.
With how well Army has done with lineouts today, I think is a wise decision by Mosconi. We point out that the clock you see on your screen is what's shown on the scoreboard, and the game does not necessarily end when the clock hits 0 for two reasons. One, if the team with the ball has possession and doesn't make mistakes, it can continue to play. The other thing, the referee is the absolute timekeeper. And he's telling Barnett to hold it.
Please come closer. Go in the middle. Thank you.
We have Cowboys and Bulls bucking in the shoot right now. No patience for anybody. Not a great toss. It'll come right back to Thompson. George Brown tries to move forward. He's wrestled at midfield. Here comes Mills. He's stopped at midfield as well. It comes to McDonald. McDonald briefly had some space. Gets back up. As escaping is Thompson. Thompson kicks it. Late ball. Straight spin. Oglesby would have scored it out of bounds. An anxious moment. The Army's hard to jump out of its pericardium. Straight into the nose and back again.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
And the referee telling NDC collectively to be quiet.
That's the thing, okay? Your team is committing too many infractions. The last one, your player is not trying to tackle the player. He's just charging. I not allow them to run. You need to change your behavior. Inside the finish, no more infractions, okay? Yes, talk to them. No more.
You need to change your behavior. I believe that's what he said.
Blue as well with the card.
Okay, yeah.
If my wife is watching this and she needs to tell her students something, then that's the best line I could come up with. You need to change your behavior.
Post? Okay. It's not time to rob. Okay, change your line. Points.
This can tie the game. Rojas is 1 for 2. On some level, I think this is the biggest kick for NDC in a 15s match in a long time.
Yeah, it's just so the black yellow, after this, the black yellow can come in. Yeah.
It's good. We are tied. Thomas Rojas is 2 out of 3. It is 9-9 with 2 minutes left. And I believe the referee said Richards can come back in.
How much time on the yellow?
It's ready to come in. Yeah, it's ready. Hold on. Are we good? Hold on. Come off.
Time off, the referee says.
The yellow is ready to come in. The black yellow.
Richards has been summoned back in. I thought he was done for the day with how much time was left. Guess what? We got ourselves a great finish brewing here. It has not been pretty by and large, but we might have ourselves a frantic conclusion to this one. Will we see a drop goal in the mud to win it? That would incinerate every bingo card on the planet. A buck and a quarter left on the clock.
No goal.
This one's going against NDC. If there's any opportunity for Johnny Haley to kick, I think he's going to take the shot, but it looks like it'll be a scrum for the moment.
Boys, everything you boys have.
It's starting to warm up a little bit outside here. We have ourselves a frantic conclusion, I think, coming up. He has to be careful. That can allow Johnny Haley to decide this game.
In the middle.
Here come the Black Knights inside the 22. Oglesby dropped it. It's loose. NDC pick it up. It's Burns. And that may have burned Army for good here. The clock reads 0.
Okay. You come from the side.
Thank you, sir.
Just forward.
Referee looks at the clock. It is up to him.
Full time. Right?
It is over. Or is it? I think the players are stunned that it's over. Referee, I thought I heard him say full time. Wow.
I understand that you check me.
Wow. Army is not going to be happy with this result by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to feel like a step backwards when you consider how much they struggled to beat Penn State, lost to St. Bonaventure, and now have only managed a draw against Notre Dame, Ohio. Give credit to NDC for tremendous valor. And give credit to both teams in incredible circumstances for the pick. Neither team appeared to suffer a catastrophic injury. What a remarkable game we had here at Anderson Rugby Complex. And here comes the handshake, which will take about 10 minutes because both teams are gassed. Johnny Haley goes 3 for 4 on penalty kicks, a goal post, denying Army the victory in one sense. For the game, NDC, 3 for 6 in penalty kicks. Clemente Aguirre with one of them. Thomas Rojas, I think, got the other 2 for NDC, the one that tied the game with 2 minutes left. 9-9 is your final score. I don't think I ever worked a game since they built this place and granted 2 varsity teams to West Point where we got through an entire 80 minutes without either team scoring a try. They tell me that lunch is waiting, and I'm very grateful that we have it ready because we're all going to be hungry with this one being over. Among those working today, Amaya McDonald, Zach Neubauer, Andrew Vancura, Ethan, our dude next to me, who gave everything he possibly could to make this work for us. And, of course, for Ryan Panny, the assistant director for live events here at Army West Point Athletics. I'm Nikolai Busko. Cannot say enough about our crew. Cannot say enough about Army and NDC playing on a pitch that is going to need some TLC when the rain finally stops and the moisture subsides. This has been the Army West Point Athletics YouTube channel with you around the corner, around the world. Thanks for joining us, and have a great rest of your weekend.